Good evening and welcome to another video by Rideshare UK, the channel that gets under the skin of Uber. Right, on today's video, hopefully you have all received this email and some of you are quite confused. Does it make sense? Am I being paid rightly? This and that. And on today's video, the main thing here on today's video is I'm going to show you the actual breakdown, how they have actually come to the figures they are showing you. Right, okay, let me just go here. So firstly they're saying I am entitled to £125, £27 holiday pay, right? And also, if you look at this also, they're saying at the bottom that the national living wage I am not entitled to as well. So again, they have done a breakdown here, and all these breakdowns we will be putting it under the microscope, how they've actually come to these figures. And I've done a bit of drawing as well, just to make sure that you do not get lost. Okay, so let's start here. What have I said so far? Right, firstly, quite important, this is based on 5 weeks of your earnings, right? They're dated from 15th of March 21 to the 19th of April 21. 5 weeks, right? Now, what have I wrote here? Holiday pay. I'm entitled to £125.27 based on the earnings. We'll look into that a bit more. And the national living wage, there you are. They're saying I'm not entitled to it. No. And we're going to break down why I'm not entitled to it. Right, so let's go down to the first detail. They are saying I have done 1,357 miles. Right, so basically what they're saying here on the first thing there's my Uber car. Can you see my car? Brilliant drawings, forgive me, but this is the reason I'm a taxi driver and not an artist. So 15th of March 21 up to 19th of the 4th 21, I have done 1,357 miles. Okay, quite simple to understand that. What are they saying next? 71.89 hours active time. Now this is the time they're saying your engaged time. So let's just go back to my drawing. 71.89 hours active time, and there's a bit of a drawing on there with a boxing glove. Now this is just to illustrate to you guys that as a boxer, the only time you're going to be getting paid is the time you enter the ring, the actual fighting time. Whatever preparation time you did before, everything like that, they do not count as an Uber driver. The only hours that count is the time you accept a job and the time you get rid of that job. That's the only time. So they are saying I've been active 71.89 hours. So far, so good. Please do not get lost on this video. Right, on the next one, 8.677 holiday hours earned during the period based on 12.07 active time. So what are they saying there? They are saying that 8.677 hours holiday hours. So how have they actually got that hours, right? It's the active hours. Remember the active hours I was talking to you about, the boxing glove, of 71.89. If you divide that by 12.07, the holiday pay they're giving you, that will give you the hours of 8.677 hours. So that's how your holiday hours is worked out, right? What's the next one? £610, your vehicle expensed based on 45p a mile, equivalent to the HMRC rate. So let's look into that, right? There you go, £610 vehicle expense based on 45p a mile. So a simple calculation, the mileage there is 1,357. You know the mileage I've told you earlier, right? If you times that by 45p, that's your expense, £610. Your expense includes more or less everything, you know, your petrol, your depreciation, everything. That's how they're working that out. Okay, so far so good, right? And then we go to £1,648 you're earning minus your service fee. So what are they saying here? Right, to work this out, you need to actually, let me see if I can zoom that in, is to pull out your 5 weeks earnings. So can you see on there, I've done the first week, the March the 15th, £438, then I've done 438, £610, then I took 2 weeks off, then I done 3 days, and that came to £1,648. Right, now this is how they're saying I'm not entitled to it. The earning is obviously 1,648 minus your expense, right? Remember the expense, the HMRC expense, right, of £610, right? That will give me £1,037 clear, right? If you divide it by the active hours, which is 71.89 hours, the hourly rate is £14.43. When your national living wage is £8.91 or £8.72, I am earning more. So there's no minimum payment for me. That is how that is worked out, right? Next, there it is, £14.43. That is the working out. So that just tells you I am not entitled to, you know, the minimum wage sector. Right, let's move on to the final stage, the holiday pay. Now, the holiday pay is quite easy to work out, right? And all you have to do is your earnings minus your expense. Remember the earnings for 5 weeks, £1,648 I did, minus your expense, which is £610. Well, the expense they say, which gives you, well, gives me a net figure of £1,037.85. Right, if you times that by the holiday pay percentage of 12.07, they are giving me £125.26. So that's the holiday pay worked out. Now, so it's a simple calculations, nothing complicated whatsoever. I hope you guys, you know, this video is just to give you a bit of insight of all these figures. Sometimes, you know, you look at this and you think, what the hell? I mean, you know, how do you make sense of this? I've just told you how the working out is done. Anyway, I'll do a bit more video as we indulge a bit more into this. But for now, keep safe and I'll speak to you guys later on. Bye-bye now.